So chances are you carry your everyday carry gun inside the waistband, and there's applications where you might want to go deep concealment and move that firearm from above your belt line to below the belt line. And there are a couple different companies that make deep concealment holsters. This one from Cherries Apparel is their multi-fit deep concealment holster, and as you can see, it's skeletonized, it's lightweight. There's no extra bulk whatsoever. It is multi-fit. So I have a Glock 27 here. There's nothing in the chamber, nothing in the magazine well. And it clicks in there just nicely, okay? Covers the trigger guard really well. Now, I also have this FMK 9C1, and there's nothing in the chamber, nothing in the magazine well on this guy. And which this gun is almost identical in size to a Glock 19. It also clicks in there just fine and covers the trigger guard really well. Okay, so it is multi-fit. You know, there's obviously pros and cons with the holster, and I'll touch on that, and pros and cons of carrying deep concealment. Okay, but let's check out exactly what it looks like in function. So the deep concealment we're talking about, I have my Glock 27. And I'm carrying it in the appendix position. Okay, so if you're not familiar with that, that's right in here between about 12 o'clock between your legs, right here. Now I have the firearm, and it's normally I carry it about center line or maybe a little bit to the right. With this method, it's preferable to carry it to a little bit more towards your non-dominant side. So I'm a right-handed shooter, so my firearm's actually a little bit more on my left side. Not a big deal, but as you can see, you can't see it at all. There's no printing, there's nothing. I have a thin shirt on. You can't see it at all, okay? You might be able to see a little bit of a bulge right here. Is it noticeable, or is it recognizable as a gun, or look completely freaky? No. Now, not only that, a lot of holsters conceal, but check this out. You can't see anything above the belt line, and that's what we're talking about, deep concealment. It's move the gun below the belt line. All right, so technically you could wear this holster in this gun if you were walking down the beach with a pair of shorts on with a belt. You could still have your firearm without even a shirt on, and no one's going to see it. What are the cons of having a deep concealment? Well, obviously it's going to take a little bit longer to get your firearm out further. If the gun was up here, I could grab it very quickly. If I have to go deep into my pants to get it, it's going to slow it down. So it's there's pros and cons with that. Okay, there's trade-offs. But how do you draw? I would have to reach into my pants, reach in between my belt and my shirt, and then I come out with my Glock 27. You can use this holster with a two-handed draw stroke that makes it a little bit quicker. So what does that look like? Well, you either reach inside your pocket, okay, or you can go outside, and I'll show you outside because it shows it a little bit easier. What you're going to do is you're going to find the slide of your firearm and press up on that. Now you can see it just raised the gun, okay? So I'll show you that again. So press up, I'm drawing, and I come out. Now, as far as comfort, it is very comfortable. Anytime you move this firearm down a little bit further, it tends to want to bend a little bit easier with your legs, especially in a seated position, okay? Drawing from a seated position is a little tricky, but it's not impossible, okay? So I'm going to reach down into my pants, and I can still get to my firearm even in a seated position, okay? So there you have it. It has pros and cons, okay? Carrying deep concealment is going to slow down your draw a little bit, but it also gives you options to carry where your typical method of carry is impractical. It's comfortable, and it's very concealable. So I do want to address the two-handed draw method. Now, when you are drawing two-handed, yes, you are using your hand, you are muzzling your hand as you push up the gun, okay? That's inevitable. Whether, this is a safety issue, that's on the individual user. Does it increase the possibility to injure yourself? I guess possibly if your fingers on the trigger as you draw, okay? But it is something that I want to mention, to somebody who's going to use the two-handed draw method, okay? Another thing that I would like to see with this holster that I think that would improve it is, and maybe it's because I've gotten used to wearing a 2-clip holster and I really like the rigidity that it provides, but I would like to see maybe if they had 2 loops, 2 belt loops instead of 1. Okay, I think it might add a little bit more rigidity or stability to the firearm or to the holster, and not allow it to move, or the possibility to allow it to move at all. It doesn't move much because it is so tight, sucked up against your body, but I kind of like the two hook system anyways. And I also maybe go, instead of the plastic belt loop, maybe something metal, or a button fastened soft loop with a button on it. That way there's no possibility that this could break or something like that. But the fact that it is so deep concealment, or deeply concealed, means that if you are in a struggle or something like that, it's less likely to be torn away from your body as some other holsters. But all in all, I like the holster. I think it's an awesome concept. It's very good at what it does. Deeply conceals a holster comfortably, and allows you to access it within reason as far as where it's concealed. So check it out. Cherries Apparel. They make some other products, but Cherries Apparel, they're multi-fit deep concealment holster.